Welcome, welcome, welcome to Miss Lisa's YouTube channel. And we're going to talk right now about how to use our graphing calculator to solve an equation. So this is an extremely useful and important thing that you can learn for your calculator to help you with. So if you are taking the class, turning your book to page 153. You can learn this even if you're not taking my class. Just go ahead and listen and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so if you have an equation that has x's in it and it has an equal sign, it doesn't matter if it's got an x on both sides like this or if an x on just one side. Your calculator can help you solve these equations. One of my kids, Eli, did awesome on the ACT in math. And how he did awesome was this idea that I'm about to teach you, that he let his calculator actually solve problems that he didn't know how to do. His calculator knew how to do it and give him the answer. And he did amazing. He almost got a perfect score. So, on the math part. So, and he actually didn't know how to do every single problem, but he used this one trick I'm going to show you. So, super, super important trick. All right. So, if you're following along with the class, it's on page 153. This is not actually a technology activity. They want you to model this with algebra tiles. I don't have any algebra tiles. I don't know what that is. I'm going to just use this page of math, though, to teach you how to do this on your calculator. Okay, so here is the problem that they have. 4x plus 5 equals 2x plus 9. And we want to know what x equals, okay? And we're going to let our calculator tell us. So first I turned it on. There's the on button. I have a bunch of stuff in here. I can clear it out if I want a nice clean screen, but it doesn't matter with the clear button. Where I'm going is to this y equals button. I'm going to press it. If you have anything in here, clear it out with the clear button. I don't. Now, what you're going to do is whatever, as long as it's got an equal sign, this works. Whatever's on one side of the equals, type it in exactly. So mine is 4x plus 5. So I go over here, I push 4. The X button is that one, XT, circle with a line through it in. The circle with a line through it's actually theta, but if you press it, look, da-da, it's an X. And now I want to say plus 5. So I come back over here, plus 5. Okay, that's what we put in first. Now we're going to use our arrow down arrows to get to y2 equals, and whatever is on the other side of the equal sign, we're putting it in exactly. It could just be a number, it could be something crazy with logarithms. It doesn't matter. As long as you put one side of the equation in for y1, the other side for y2, we can solve it. So it's 2x plus 9. Now, a lot of math teachers do not publicize the fact that your calculator will do this because I want you to be able to do it without the calculator. But it's great that your calculator will do it. It'll be very useful in college so you can check your work before you turn in your test, right? It's nice to be able to find out you're wrong. You can go back and fix it, figure out where you messed up. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is graph it. And hopefully I've got a good window. We'll see. So I'm going to hit this button, graph. I should get 2 lines. First half of the equation, the second half of the equation. Now, where they're meeting is actually off the screen. So it might not give me the answer because it's off the screen. We'll see. It might say error, but I'm lazy, so I'm going to give it a chance to tell me the answer right off. Okay, and then if not, I'll go back and fix it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the second of this button trace where it says calc. It's because I want it to calculate the answer for me. So I do second trace, and then I go down to number 5 intersect. I can either use my arrows to go down to it, or I can push number 5, and we want the intersect. And first it says, is my first line going to be this blue one? And I say yes. I'm going to say enter. Is the second curve the red one? Yes, it is. If you don't have colors, then you just look at the equation up here. And it says guess, and I'm like, yes, I want you to guess. So I hit enter again. I hit enter 3 times. I always think it's like Dorothy clicking her heels for her ruby slippers together 3 times. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. So I hit enter 3 times, and then it guesses, and it tells me that x equals 2, y equals 13. We don't care about what y equals, but the answer should be that x equals 2. So now we look over here in the book and da-da! We're right. Yay! So for homework, if you're taking my class, you're going to do the odds 1, 3, 5, 7. But I'll do another even one for you. So let's do this one. 2x plus 3. So I go back to y equals. I clear out what's in there, and I put in 2x plus 3. And then my other side for number 2 is 6 plus x. So I clear out what's here, and I say 6 plus x. I graph it. Takes my calculator a little bit longer. It's a little slower than the black and white ones, but it's color, so I like it. Okay, this one will definitely work because it's got the x on there. So I do second trace, and this time I'll just push 5 and show you that you can go to that. I hit enter 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and it tells me the answer is 3. I'll look in the book to check my answer, and it's 3. Now, what if the intersection is so far out of the screen that it doesn't give you the answer? Okay, then what you need to do is change the window. So you go to the window button and you make your x minimum, very, very minimum. Right now it's at -16, and I want to just make sure that these lines are going to meet here somewhere. So I'm going to say -200. My x maximum, I'm going to say, is 200. We're going to go big or go home. My y minimum, I'm going to say, is -200. And my y maximum, I'm going to say, is 200. So it's very, very big now. And now I can go back and trace it. I can graph it. And you can see that it's got, that we've backed up and we're seeing more. And we can see this. So now I would go back to second trace. I'd go to number 5, and I'd hit enter 3 times. And it tells me again that the answer is 3, which is still right. So if it doesn't work, you need a bigger window, just go to window and make the minimums and maximums really big. If 200s don't work, try 500s. If 500s don't work, try thousands. If you need a big enough window to find the intersection. Okay, you just change it right here. Now I've got this crazy window on here, and I want to take it back to a more normal size window. I can go to this button that says zoom, and I can go to standard, that's number 6, and that's just a good little window to keep your calculator on. It's nothing crazy like my 200s that I put in there. And this standard window is actually a good one for this problem because they cross there. All right, so this is a super valuable skill. Your calculator, you can't just type in the equation and it tell you what x equals. But if you go through the graph, where the two sides, if you graph each side of the equation as a separate line, where they intersect is the answer. And this can just save you a world of hurt, as my daddy would say. All right, so have fun with that. Use this superpower I just gave you for good and not for evil. Make sure you know how to do it, not doing it this way. And I'll see you next time. Math is great.